Hey everyone, I'm Shana Sword Girl, and today we are going to be talking about a guy named Crazy Horse. Alright guys, today is part 4 of our Wars That Changed the World series. Welcome back. Today is part 4 of our series of the Wars That Changed the World. And today we're going to be talking about a guy named Crazy Horse and a guy named General Custer. And we could tell already which one I'm going to favor a little more. I'm literally adding this one into the mix so we could just talk about somebody who is named Crazy Horse. But it did change the world. I will tell you how when you watch the video. That being said, let's continue on. This is Matilda, by the way. Oh no, did I not name my cat Crazy Horse? From here on out, my cat's named Insane Penguin. Insane Penguin. The Battle of Little Bighorn was so significant because it was the peak of the Native American power in the 19th century. It was also the worst US Army defeat during the Plain Wars, also known as the Plain Horse. Around 150 years ago, U.S. Army General Custer was given a task to help the U.S. government expand their territory to the west. So they had to get rid of Native Americans in that territory in order to expand. Two of the main guys who led the Native Americans were named Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse, also known as Stephen Bryan. Wait. I always get that one wrong. I don't know why I always think their name is Stephen Bryan. But it's Sitting Horse and Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull. Crazy Horse named his daughter They Are Afraid of Her, and honestly, I'm jealous. Crazy Horse was, quite frankly, a crazy horse, and he ran away with a married woman and shot her husband in the face.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
And then he kicked that married lady to the curb. Then he was signed to Grey's Anatomy, and it was a whole bit. And then he decided it was time to lead some tribes. And then Custer and Crazy met at Little Bighorn. General Custer then split his army into 3 groups with no cell phones. Just get a fucking family plan. That's when Sprint had pretty good service back in the day. T-Mobile, fucking cheap asses. Their handwritten notes wouldn't even arrive until after the battle was over. Scotch. That's ridiculous. So the US Army had only 600 troops in this battle, and they had dingy pistols and single shot rifles that you had to reload after every single shot. So hopefully your first shot was on target. And not only did the Indians have 2,000 people, but they had better rifles, and they also had better weapons such as arrows. The Indians obliterated the US Army so badly that they mutilated their bodies.
This will turn black and then die and fall off.
And even jammed sticks inside of General Custer's ears so that he would listen better in his next lifetime. And they even stuck a stick up his manhood. That, I think, was just for fun. And this is just a fun fact, but did you know that Native Americans would actually adopt certain US soldiers during this time frame? If they had lost an uncle, that person, if they really wanted to be a part of the Native American tribe and really take it seriously, they would adopt them and love them as their uncle that needed to be replaced, pretty much. So the Native Americans would either be incredible, amazing people, or they could be your worst nightmare. It was kind of like, pick which one you wanted. This battle was so significant in history because it showed the US Army not to be condescending towards the Native Americans, because if you were, you might just get a noodle up your doodle. Might just get a noodle up your doodle. Might just get a noodle up your doodle.
A profound silence has entered the chat.
And just another fun fact, the Europeans actually killed 90% of the Native Americans just from diseases that they weren't immune to. The Little Bighorn Battlefield National Monument was originally called the Custer Battlefield by the National Park Service. And I have to say, that's the first monument I've ever heard of that was named after the loser of the battle. It was changed in 1991. And just to stick another noodle up his doodle, for the heck of it, General Custer also had graduated last in his class of 34 cadets. And according to historians, racked up the worst record ever accumulated in the history of that military academy. This is believable. I mean, his rookie mistake was going to sprint. Alright everybody, how did you like part 4 of my Wars That Changed the World series? Did you like hearing about Crazy Horse? I did. But we didn't hear enough about him. I actually grabbed a quote from him, and I think this is something I'm going to start doing at the end of every single video that I do. I'm going to cherry pick a quote from that time period that I connect with the most and read it to you guys and share it with you. Treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents. It was loaned to you by your children. Honestly, it took me a second to understand, but it's kind of a backwards way of thinking, which I really appreciate because it makes me kind of realize why he was named Crazy Horse, because he kind of just probably thought kind of opposite of things. And I really like that quote because we need to leave this place a better place for the children and those who are going to be big children to come. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, I would really appreciate it if you send me a direct message on onlyfans.com/ShyASwordGirl. Go ahead and send me a message. I do custom videos and I have lots of exclusive content to share. Follow me on Instagram at ShyASwordGirl. But anyway, I'm ShyASwordGirl, and don't be a bitch. I'm ShyASwordGirl, I'm ShyASwordGirl, I'm ShyASwordGirl, and don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch.